Hello, my lovely Marshall blenders. How are you? How are you? How's everybody doing? Happy Sunday. Yeah, we made it into Sunday. And it was a pretty good weekend. I would say it was a productive weekend. Yesterday I was able to go to my meeting. It was really good. Hung out with my mom. Today was a milestone. So my mother had 2 strokes 2017. I was working as a doorman at the time, and life situations, I was the one that was gonna have to step up to be able to take care of my mom. I'm Garifuna. Culturally, we tend to be very traditional, first generation born here, but we tend to be very generational. So I had the honor, the privilege, the joy, the happiness of being able to take care of my mom. And so I was able to learn different things as far as health is concerned for her to improve her health. Because of the stroke, she has something called aphasia, which is when the person wants, in their mind, they know what they're going to say, they know the words they're going to say, but what comes out is totally different. For example, when she was still in the hospital, I told her, I'm going to the store, would you like for me to get you anything? And she tells me, yeah, get me cigarettes. My mother's never smoked. And so I'm like, she says, yeah, you can get it sometimes 25 cents, now they're 35 cents. And then she's like, you bought a pack of it for 99 cents. And I was like, what? And I was like, chicle, gum. She was like, yeah, cigarettes. So aphasia, the brain knows it's saying something, but when it speaks, when it verbalizes, it comes out different. And also receptive aphasia, which is when you say something to the person, but they hear something else. So fortunately, what helped my mother, she had some speech therapy, but diet helps a lot. And there's this book, it's called A Cure for Dementia, something like that. And it has a disclaimer where it talks about it just treats the symptoms of it. So this guy was on Dr. Oz, and he talks about, there was a lady who was one of his patients, and she started a breakfast, and it helped her aphasia tremendously. And the breakfast was essentially yogurt, raspberry, blackberry, blueberries, English walnuts on the top, and that was what she was having, and it helped her tremendously. So that was my last day of work that I saw that show, because where I worked, they actually had a TV for the doorman, and we were able to watch. As long as we did our job, we were able to watch. And so I thanked God for that, because I was like, I'm ready to take, over. I'm ready to help my mom, because that's my privilege, that's my honor, But I also was like, I don't know what I'm doing. Have you ever felt like that about anything where you're ready to take over, you're ready to handle the responsibility, but you don't know what you're doing, and all you can actually do is pray and ask for guidance, ask for blessing. And so that episode was a blessing for me. And so I was able to start that off. And guys, let me tell you, 3 days after we started that breakfast, my mother started speaking. Up until that point, she was very nervous to speak because she didn't know what was going to come out of her mouth. 3 days after that, she started speaking. She actually had energy to do exercise. I had gotten her the multivitamins from the One A Day Women's multivitamins, the demis, because the regular ones were too big. And it was a drastic change. So much so that her doctors asked me what I was doing, and I would tell them, her ophthalmologist, because the first stroke she had, 2017, messed up her eye, and there was a reversal of the damage. And so I told him, and now he tells his patients what I had done. So definitely God bless that. And we also incorporated something called Zanthosyn, which really, really helps with joint health, heart health, and diabetes too. It's a really good thing. I'll show you guys what it looks like. Get to see my blanket. So, ooh, this is the Zanthosyn. Zanthosyn, and it says where is it? Okay, Zanthosyn is a pure and highly absorbed form of astaxanthin. It's recommended by doctors. Astaxanthin is a clinically studied ingredient with safe anti-inflammatory activity that supports joint health, liver health, cardiovascular health, metabolic health. So suggested use as a dietary supplement, take 1 capsule daily or as directed by a healthcare professional. For optimal absorption, take after a meal containing healthy fats. So that's what we started doing for my mom. And her joints actually started recuperating. My father was abusive, so he had really messed up her finger. So one of her fingers, when she would go like that, the rest would come up, and this one would kind of like stay locked. And this is over decades that her finger was like that. And within about 2 weeks of taking it, I asked her, "How do you feel?" And she just looks at me. She goes like this. And I was like, "Stop, mother." So it worked. So that's one thing that I would say. Zanthosyn. With this whole situation of the coronavirus and all of that, you want your immune system to be as up as possible. So my advice is get the elderberries. Sometimes it's called sambucas. The one that I suggest is the Vitamin Shops version of the sambucas. It has less sugar, and I feel like it's the purest version of it. And vitamin C, the one we use in the house is Emergency. So those were things that we did. So you'll notice that conversations with me are focused, but they are kind of expansive. So that's Marshall's blends for you. But the reason I got on here today, the reason why I got on here today was to talk to you about this. So guys, you remember how my fingers looked yesterday, right? You can still see my nails. But you remember how my fingers looked yesterday. Normally it takes about 3 days to 4 days. And mind you, I wash a lot because I wash dishes, you know. So it takes forever for it to get off. And I'm amazed. So today we went to BJ's again. Okay, so that's the milestone. We got to go to BJ's. My mother hadn't been to BJ's since the stroke, and she was able to move around, walk around without having to use a wheelchair, and you know, picked what else she wanted. And I stood online and let her go on her own because the BJ's has a Dunkin' Donuts section. So she went and she went on her own. Got her coffee, got her raisin bagel, went and sat down. So that for me was a big deal. I don't know how many of you guys are taking care of parents or siblings who can no longer do things on their own totally. But hey, I am with you and I congratulate you. Also to you mothers and fathers, my hat's off to you, because obviously I'm not raising my mother, but it is a caregiver responsibility. And this the worries, you know, you worry about their health, you worry about how they're feeling, you worry about if somebody says something, or you know. So my hat's off to you who are parents as well. But okay, so getting to the point, I go off on tangents sometimes. So here you go. This is it. Myers. There you go. Clean Day. So Mrs. Myers Clean Day is an aromatherapeutic household product. And when it says aromatherapeutic, they are not lying. Because let me tell you, one day I was in an area and someone had stunk up the bathroom, and somebody was gonna spray perfume in there, and I was like, no, because you don't want poo poo and perfume to mix together, because if you do that. So what I did was I took the foam version of this, and of course I put gloves on, and I cleaned the toilets with it and sprayed some of the foam into the toilet, and so that literally got rid of the funk, and what you smelled was good. All right, so it's aromatherapeutic household product, creating clean and happy homes since 2001. Tough on dirt and grime, gentle on your home. Lavender has long been prized for its delightful, original, and clean floral scents that's so fresh. Such a welcoming and reassuring herb. Yes, it is, isn't it? So it's a wonderful hand soap made with olive oil and aloe vera. And we know aloe vera is very hydrating. Hydrating. And olive oil too. Olive oil is a very hydrating thing. If you're dehydrated and you drink olive oil, it'll help your body rehydrate. So guys, I washed my hands, because you guys know I wash my hands a lot. I washed my hands probably already 5 times with it, and can I tell you something? By the second time, most of the black dye was gone, and now it's essentially gone. I mean, of course, my nails still are affected, and the fingertips still have some dye, but I am just impressed with this. So if you guys are able to get your hands on this, we went to BJ's and this is where we got it. If you guys are able to get your hands on this, get it. It smells wonderful. If you're able to get your hands on the Zanthosyn, get it. It's wonderful for your body. And if you're looking for a breakfast that you can have that is life extending and health enhancing, try the blackberry, blueberry, raspberry with yogurt or homemade oatmeal, and the English walnuts. If you're allergic to English walnuts, you can substitute the English walnuts on the yogurt with oat flakes. And make your tea with elderberry, vitamin C, and your tea, and call it a day. And that's good for heart health and just overall health and immune system. So you guys get to see the other side. So there's a dark side, and there's the light. What do you like? So, you know what time it is. It's been a pleasure conversing with y'all. I genuinely love all of you. Well, I can't say all of you, because maybe some of you would be type of peoples that I just don't click with. Let me stop, I'm joking. I love all of you, okay? The love I have is called agape. I love you. So, goodbye, my lovely Marshall blenders. See you soon. See you.